Greetings, everyone. Welcome to a Let's Talk DC Current. I'm your host, Damon Caskey. It is the 2015 Christmas season, almost the big day itself, and that means time to spread a bit of holiday cheer. So, to make that happen, I would like to start out by naming a couple of individuals who recently came into my life and did so with absolutely no incentive whatsoever other than their own goodwill. Now, these ladies have provided me with a friendship that is, of course, entertaining, but also gave a bit of refreshed perspective on a couple of nagging issues that have been bothering me for quite some time. Quite a few words ending in G there. So I say to you, the lovely Miss Alexis Lamb and the equally lovely Miss Tiffany Bird James, thank you for your friendship, ladies. I hope that it continues for the foreseeable future. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, or whatever appellation you prefer. Now, the rest of you, don't think that you're perfunctory old shoes that I've forgotten about. You're just perfunctory old shoes. Ha! But seriously, to friends and family, you are far too numerous to name, but I love every single one of you, and I wish you a very Merry Christmas, or very Happy Holidays, or whatever your favorite catchphrase happens to be. I'm not in the business of debating which one is better. So now, it's time to move on to the actual subject at hand, which is spreading holiday cheer. Now, I'm going to be doing so in a way that is less cheery, but I think more important. And yes, I do realize, excuse me, losing my voice here. I do realize that I'm going to be beating a dead horse over the head with a broken record. But here we go. So the other day, I was thinking about my own emotional state this Christmas, which isn't in a fantastic place, and how, quite frankly, it hasn't been for probably the last 3 or 4. I could say probably all the way back to 2010. But then, the backported thought comes in that I really don't have a whole lot to worry about. I'll spare you the drivelish details, because if I did, what you would say is, what in the world are you whining about, kid? And you would be right. And that's what I'm getting at. My biggest concern today has actually been, what type of grade will I receive on a final that I took about 2 hours ago? Now, after that final, I met some friends at the Tally-Ho restaurant and consumed probably more food than most people on this planet will see in a week. After which, I then proceeded to pick up some lovely Caramunda's cupcakes. I don't think that sounds like a very bad life. I work the type of career that allows me to do these sorts of silly things. I'm not worried about my children because I know tonight they will be safe and dry and warm, and obviously well fed. I believe that most of you, if you searched your hearts, would probably find that's true for your lives as well. Sure, we have some concerns, and I'm not belittling that whatsoever. The things that we feel are real. Nor am I advocating that you should feel guilty. I don't feel guilty because I had a nice meal and I have some treats in my passenger seat here. What I'm saying is, you need to be aware of these good things that take place and be thankful for them. Because not only are there people out there who have no means whatsoever, and I don't just mean, say, like providing nice Christmas presents for your children. I'm talking about not knowing whether you're going to get to eat tonight. Not knowing if you're even going to have a roof over your head. Those are real concerns. But even people that do have means, even the millionaires and the billionaires of this world, they can have serious misfortunes that money does nothing about. I mean, it doesn't matter how wealthy you are if somebody T-bones your car and you find yourself with a broken neck. It doesn't matter what means are at your disposal if you're spending all of your time in a hospital over a horrid disease like cancer or AIDS or who knows what. So with all those misfortunes that could be attacking you, it is important to be thankful of all the good things that are happening. And the second half of that is to realize that enough good things are happening that you can probably spill a little bit out of that cup over onto someone else. Of course, the vast majority of us do not have the financial or even the time resources to affect this world to a great deal. I know that I certainly can't write a check that's going to put a dent in any kind of shelter or food bank or whatever charity you want to name. But I do know that all of our cumulative efforts are what make the real difference. And I also know that everyone has a little bit of time to give. You could spend, say, 2 hours a week in a shelter. Or if you cannot do that, find a friend who's having a difficult time and be there for them. Don't just hide behind text because it feels weird to make a phone call or drive over for a visit. And if you can't do any of those things, hey, as I've mentioned before, your own body is a renewable resource. Unless you yourself are afflicted with some awful disease, you can head down to the local blood bank, get stuck for a little bit, and spread some holiday cheer. Yes, I know giving blood doesn't sound very cheery, but when you factor in that it could be saving someone's life, I think that's just about the greatest amount of cheer that you could possibly manage. So now that I've sat there and beaten this subject into the ground, but I think it's worth beating into the ground, I would like to say once again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everyone. But please do think of others around you, and better yet, try to translate those thoughts into practical action. Then you will truly be spreading some holiday cheer. Thank you for listening. This is Damon Caskey signing out. We'll see you next time.